Hello, my name is Melissa O'Sullivan, and I am going to present to you a narrated age group presentation. We will be discussing language and literacy characteristics and stages. The first slide shows birth to age 1. Upon birth, babies are communicating through eye contact mainly and facial expressions, crying, smiling, as well as touching. Babbling is a linguistic and relies on both visual and auditorial input as the baby is learning. Babbling is usually one of the first and most simple, short, however, becomes more complex as the child becomes older, combining consonants and vowels in babbling such as baba, mama, dada, and will start to intimidate other sounds. Some activities you can do at this age group in order to foster those would be responding to baby's cries, smiles, eye contact with words, conversation, and attention. It's helping to promote a healthy development and learning in the infants. Singing songs, playing finger plays, simple talking are all great ways to build oral communication with an infant. You can wave hi and bye and use the oral words as well when you pop out from behind a towel or leave or come to a classroom. Picture perfect, which would be a picture, shows photos of family members in the baby's life. You can name each of the people in their lifetime. Over time, they will begin to point and smile and even reach for the person's picture. They will be able to begin identifying as the person is and potentially repeat their names as well. To implement these activities in the classroom, as educators, we are walking around the rooms and performing daily activities such as opening the door, answering the phones, writing something down. They should all be communicated out loud to the babies what you are doing in a soft and positive tone. As educators, we are sitting feeding children. They can sing songs, do finger plays, show pictures, etc. Use oral communication with the children, vocalizing what is going on. Keeping your tone soft and upbeat are both important in maintaining positive oral communication with the infants. From about 12 months to 24 months, language and literacy characteristics and stages would be they are willing to talk to themselves and others through holding a conversation. Sometimes you can't understand it, but they use verbal communication, can follow simple one-step instructions, is developing a vocabulary that will contain approximately 50 words by the time they are 2 years old. The ages of 12 and 24 months, activities that you could do are talk to the children, communicate effectively as you were communicating with them, point out and name familiar objects and encourage them to copy your words. Try not to correct every word they say as to not discourage them. Read books, point out the pictures and name the objects, ask questions about the stories. Build on what your toddler is saying. For instance, if they say cat, say yes, that is a black cat. Listen to your toddler and try to find meaning in what they are asking. Name it as an activity you can do. During diaper changes, take a moment to play what's this? Lift up her foot and say, what is this? It's a foot. And you can move on to the knee, the belly button, the elbow, fingers. Through repetition, young toddlers learn new words. In order to implement these activities in the classroom, simple communication out loud with the children will be effective. Point out and name familiar objects and encourage them to copy your words. Try not to correct every word that they say as to not discourage them or frustrate them. Read books, point out the pictures, name the objects, ask questions about the stories. 3 to 5 years language and literacy characteristics and stages. Most kids can understand and use basic prepositions like on, in, under. They can also use pronouns such as I, you, we by the age of 3. Their sentences will continue to grow and become more complex. If they do not know a word, they will usually make one up. For example, broccoli might be called tiny trees. Some activities you can do with this age group would be learn language. When you talk to them, they communicate back to you, and by hearing stories and reading songs. Children develop early literacy skills when you give them the chance to play with and explore books and other written materials like magazines, newspapers, takeout menus, markers, and crayons. Talk to them, ask open-ended questions, notice the color, size, shapes, and communicate those characteristics of the things around you. In order to implement these things in the classroom, early language and literacy skills are learned best through everyday moments with the child. So reading, telling stories, talking, laughing, playing, singing, talk to them and have them communicate back to you, sing, talk, read. Early childhood educators can support child's literacy development by providing multiple opportunities for children to observe other modeling, such as writing, reading, speaking, communicating. Also by attempting to engage in meaningful conversations and communication both verbally and through their play. Provide literacy-enriched environments in printed and audio materials. Here are some of the references that will be included on the research of this presentation. Thank you.